Hello YouTube, this is Warships Legends memes, and we are back for the second video in the tutorial how to play World of Warships Legends. So in the first video we talked about the menus and how to go through them and what's in there. In the second game we are going to start a game in the Kirov. It's a tier 4 cruiser. And as I've mentioned in the previous video, the cruisers are all about positioning, and they can do all kinds of things. Like they can outgun destroyers. They have to be careful for battleships, and positioning is really key in the Kirov, or actually in every cruiser in the game. So my setup, I will start with aiming systems mod 1, and the ship is fully upgraded. So we've got the commander, it's the Kuznetsov, and I've got more range on there. I've got intuitive, because you get to see the closest direction of the enemy ship, punch through, and fixated, which mainly focuses on the AP shell damage. And then we've got lesser reload time. Main traits, cruiser main battery range. We've got inspirations, dispersion, and shell grouping. So everything is towards getting your main battery on target and using the armor penetration of your ship. So the ship has got really good AP, but its armor, especially from the side, is quite weak. So we have to play it carefully, but we can hit hard, but we can also get hit hard. So that keeping in mind, we're going into our first game in this tutorial series. So what I'm doing here is I always gonna take a look at the kind of ships that are in the game. For example, we see 3 destroyers on each side. We see 2 cruisers and 4 battleships. The battleships are quite a problem for me, but I will have to focus the destroyers when they are spotted, because we always want to have the destroyers out of the game as quickly as possible, because you only can hit them for a short duration. And if you get the destroyer advantage, like you keep 1 or 2 destroyers and their destroyers are dead, then you've got a big chance of winning the game. And that even counts for battleships. If the destroyer is spotted, always fire at the destroyer, even if they're like 13-14 kilometers away. Just give it a shot. Maybe you do just 1k damage, but that can be enough for your destroyer to survive, and you have a much bigger chance of winning the game. So back to this game. I'm heading for a couple of islands here. I have to be a little bit careful because I don't have that many armor. And I've got an indicator pointing towards the top of the screen, so that's where the closest enemy ship is. The destroyer is coming with me, the Farragut, and I'm really going to try to keep the Farragut alive. I've got this Mackinson, which is a battleship. I can already fire on it, but it will get me spotted. So I can also see that, oh well, I'm spotted, so some of them is over here, just between the islands. And we can see Durflinger right there. We can see Königsberg, which I will be shooting at. So I didn't fire at the Mackinson because I didn't want to be spotted too soon. Königsberg is just turning out, so I won't be able to hit him. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. This wasn't too good for me to punch that Farragut away. But nevertheless, I think we will be good for the start. We're just losing on the A side, which is preferable, but it can take shots at the Mackinson without being spotted. And this is exactly what I mean with good positioning. Not to tap myself on the shoulder like, look how good I'm doing, but these are the kind of positions you want to get into with your cruiser. I'm not spotted. I could take the shot at the Mackinson, but he's just too far out. And on our own side, there's also things happening. We've got 2 destroyers over here, and we've got 2 battleships over here from the enemy and a destroyer. So a lot of things going on this side, and we lost our first destroyer, but he got a battleship, which is actually quite a bad trade, because you always want to keep your destroyers in the game. So what he did, maybe for him he thinks like, oh, I've got a lot of XP because I destroyed or I killed an enemy ship, but this is not how you want to play your destroyer, because now you haven't got a destroyer on the A side for the rest of the game, because both other destroyers are on my side. Well, I'm going to focus on the DDs, as long as they are spotted. Well, the Visby is keeping himself spotted, which is preferable. So we'll just take the shot on the Visby and see if we can do any damage at all. Well, that wasn't a really good shot. I'm still keeping myself protected as much as possible, for as long as possible. So one of the DD smoked up, he's going to lay a smoke screen, but I don't know why. And this game is not really looking well for my team. The Visby is going back, and we're going to focus on that one as good as we can. I'm just really slow in going forward because I know I'm gonna be spotted, and this New York just can take me out in one salvo. So it's
Hey, that's pretty good.
I really have to be a little bit careful. I'm spotted right now, so I'm going backwards already, just to make sure I'm not getting that struck right away. As you can see, I'm also still shooting armor piercing, because that way I can even citadel the enemy battleship, which is quite nice and doesn't happen a lot. Spotted right now, have to be a little bit more careful. And I'm still searching for the destroyers which are out there somewhere. So I'm assisting my team as much as I can, but still wondering where the destroyers are, and this game is not looking well at the moment. You see, our destroyer is hiding in smoke, which he shouldn't be doing, because he is hiding in smoke, which causes us to not see the enemy at all. So in these tutorials, it won't be just about games that are going like perfect and look, I'm doing everything really good. It's also about my own mistakes and mistakes my teammates are making. It's not about making them look bad or making myself look bad or good. It's about how I think the game should be played and how you can improve your own games as well. So I'm slowly reversing so we can keep shooting at the Texas without being spotted. You see, the destroyers are getting spotted again. I haven't got a clue why, because they don't need to be spotted. They're starting an open gunfight, which is not really a smart thing to do for them. It would be better just not to shoot at all at this moment and just use their torpedoes and try to spot the enemy. Seeing that they are shooting all the time, I know it's going to be a really difficult game to win. I'm still heading back little by little, and they actually torping the Texas, which is really good. So he has not used his damage con, but he isn't on fire either. I'm still using armor piercing because the Kirov really has good armor piercing, and I'm still shooting at his broadside, so we can do quite some damage every few seconds. I can't really reverse any further because I'm getting spotted right here. So now I'm in quite a difficult position, to be honest. I'm going forward a little to drop my spotting, but I'm still spotted by the Texas at this moment. And I just hope I can put out enough damage to take out the Texas in a couple of shots. That being said, we are still able to win this game if we are a little cautious. So we finally spot the Visby. The Visby got spotted, which is huge, because now we can assist the destroyers on that side. heading back, so I can't hit him anymore. So I will need to fire at the Texas right now. Oh, I didn't get him. Oh, that's huge, yeah. He citadeled me through the front, which is something that happens occasionally. And this is just why I said in the beginning we have to be really careful with these battleships. Well, we got one battleship, and we see the Visby is doing quite some good things. I'm going to port my sonar right now because I don't know if the Visby put out some torps towards me. I'm spotted again, I can see the New York right there, and I have to get back immediately. It could be that I made a huge fuck up right here, because also the New York can damage me for a lot of health. I'm going to switch to high explosive for this main, and this main is starting a gunfight, and I said I was going back, but now I'm even going to the front a little, because I really want to hit those destroyers as much as I can. So I've got some good hits on the main. You could possibly even take him out right here, but it's gonna be difficult. We need a little help. And our aim isn't really good at the moment, which is not that nice. And those are some good hits, and I think the main will be gone in a couple of seconds. And there he is. So that's what I mean by focusing the destroys. What I just did is I took a risk because I didn't stop shooting and I didn't back down, which could actually mean I'm going to die right here. But I did that because my own cruiser life, so to say, is of less importance than taking out the destroyer. I just had to make a decision, push or not to push, and I decided to push a little to take the DD out. So now I stopped firing. I'm not spotted anymore, and we could even win at this point. So I'm starting to shoot at the New York. The island is between me and the New York, so I'm not spotted anymore. And as you can see, I stayed in this area for like the whole game. I don't recommend always doing that, but now I had nowhere to go with all these battleships in front of me. So I had to play a little cautious, but I think that's the best way to do it at this moment. So I think I went too far to the front, and this might be the end of the game for me. Oh. Yeah, as you can see here. So that's also part of the tutorial. It's a live game. It's not a game I chose afterwards, but just a game I chose in the beginning, just doing it live. And this was actually quite a mistake from my side, because I knew he was there. He was there for a long time, and I shouldn't have gone forward. You can even see that the Visby is over here. So if the Visby wins from our destroyer, which he is going to, my fault could actually cost us the game. So yeah, what have we covered this video? Some cruiser gameplay, some tactical gameplay, so to say. We used the island cover. We focused on destroyers, which I can always recommend. And yeah, sometimes even if you are angling the right way and you're not showing broadside, you can just take huge amount of damage for battleships. And yeah, I screwed up in the end, but that doesn't mean I cannot post this video, because I think there are a lot of nice things to see in this video. So that's it, my first tutorial video, just how to use your armor pen, when to use high explosive. You saw me also switching to high explosive when I fired at the main, and trying to protect yourself as much as possible, which I actually did not do in the end. And you can immediately
in the beginning,
see the outcome of that. So thank you for watching. First game in a cruiser, and next time we'll be playing a destroyer at quite a low tier. So if you start to play the game after you play tier 1, you will get in tier 2, you will get the first destroyers, and I will cover that in the next video. Thank you for watching, see you next time.